Good morning, my Real News Midday TV family. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning, and I'm wishing for everyone a wonderful and a productive day. And in the news this morning, children of woman killed in mass shooting get a counseling, residents lament spate of crime. The grief counseling unit at the church on the Rock in St. Andrew had its work cut out for its pastors and counselors on Thursday, following Wednesday night's mass shooting in Cassava Peace, which left one woman dead and 5 people injured. The dead woman was identified as 28-year-old Kellyanne Bernard, a mother of 3 children, ages 10, 7, and 6. Bernard was sitting just outside a small shop belonging to her mother in a lane at 46.5 Mannings Hill Road, watching a group of men in a merry mood as they played a game of dominoes. Police reported that sometime after 7 p.m., a motor car pulled up where the domino game was being played. Armed men wearing masks alighted from the vehicle and fired gunshots at the group of people. After the shooting, Bernard lay dead at the entrance of her mother's shop, while 4 of the injured quickly left the scene to seek help with their wounds. The other, who was bleeding heavily, was taken to hospital. Pastor George Demetrius of Church on the Rock described the state of mind of the family, especially the children, as one of confusion. Having heard about this, we came across to comfort the family as best as we can, but because of the unusual situation here, we are taking those most affected to the church. To say that the family is in shock is an understatement. The children are confused as to what happened. Even their grandmother is not even sure what advice is correct. We are taking them to the church to put them in a comfortable space, talk to them, and to bring words of comfort. We have people at the church right now who are trained to deal with this kind of situation, Demetrius told the news. Evangelist Jody Williams, also from Church on the Rock, described the situation as disheartening. She said that Bernard's children were confused. Bernard's mother, James Michael, said her daughter loved her children and they did almost everything in their best interest. She told the news that Bernard had planned to put on a cake sale on October 25 and would have celebrated her birthday on November 5. Smichael broke down in tears, but she still managed to detail what she remembered up to and after the shooting. It was after 7 p.m. I was out there at first, but because I have high blood pressure, I called her and told her I was going to take a pill inside the house, and she should come and take over the shop. She was killed right at my shop. That's where they always play dominoes. I got the pill and sat right on my veranda, and then I heard the shots. I immediately turned into an idiot. By the time I came out here, I saw the car coming down the road, so I ran back inside and waited until they left. When they left, that was when I came out and saw my daughter on her face in the shop. My baby father was laying down outside, and the other people ran with the shots inside of them, she said. One man said that after the shooting, information was being circulated that 2 people were killed in the incident. He said they might have thought this was so due to how badly Smichael's baby father was bleeding after he was shot. However, he was rushed to hospital. Only 1 person died. People were saying it was 2 because that was what everybody thought. When the gunshots were fired and the gunmen left, everybody said Lucky was dead and how badly he was bleeding on the ground. But it's the girl alone who died. She got shot and dropped in the shop on her face. She was watching the dominoes. She was running the shop. It's a place where dominoes is played regularly. I was inside my house when I heard the gunshots. I thought it was clappers to how it sounded rapid. It was probably more than 50 shots fired. By the time I realized it was shots firing, I saw my lady run inside the shop with her friend and lock the door. We couldn't even lock the grill. When I came out of the house, I heard a whole heap of people making a lot of noise. They said 3 gunmen came out of a car with masks on their faces and just started to fire. A pregnant woman said that the father of the child she is expecting was one of those injured in the mass shooting. I am in pain because my baby father was shot up. I ran with my belly to go up there after the shooting died down. I want the place to come back together as one because the place is too loose. People are coming in the place to do things like this, and they are able to just get away like that, she lamented. Lilliput tends following spate of murders. The community of Lilliput in St. James is now seeing a wave of violence that the councillor for the area, Anthony Murray, wants addressed. According to Murray, there have been about 4 reported murders in the area over the last 2 weeks, and he is worried the situation is getting worse. I know that manpower is sometimes an issue, But if you could beef up the presence, it could be military presence in that space, because right now it's a very tense and the likelihood of a continuation is a great possibility. He appealed to the police during Thursday's monthly council meeting of the St. James Municipal Corporation. I know you are a proactive group, so I am asking that whatever needs to be done to prevent any more loss of life is done in that area as speedy as possible, he added. Following the meeting, Murray, who was elected on a Jamaica Labour Party ticket, told the news that Lilliput residents are concerned and want the problem addressed as quickly as possible. Lilliput has been quiet for quite a number of months now, almost over a year. We have not had anything happening, he said. There have been 3 murders in the community over the last week. Last Friday, a man only identified as Larry was gunned down in a section of Lilliput called the Bugs Bunny. It is unclear what led to his killing, but the police are currently investigating. Shortly after that, a man referred to as a Janoy was shot dead in another section of the community called the Wagon Wheel. On Tuesday this week, the police scene of crime team was again called into Bugs Bunny in response to the slaying of a man called the Shaka. There are unconfirmed reports that the killings may be gang-related as the thugs engage in a game of tit-for-tat. During Thursday's meeting, head of the St. James Police, Superintendent Aaron Samuels, indicated that Lilliput is on their radar and they are moving to address the challenges there. In the very recent times, we've been having some issues in the Lilliput space. We are going as best as we can to get the information to cauterize the situation, he said. It is indeed one of those cases where we are trying to ensure that the citizens along that stretch and those living in St. James are feeling a bit safer, Samuels added. He outlined the steps that have already been taken to address the situation in the troubled community. We have in place a curfew and we have increased the deployment of both the police and the military within that space, he told Murray. The senior cop promised that more will be done. We will be doing some operations and we'll definitely get some results based on what we are picking up, and it may lead us outside of the space based on what we are doing, said Samuels. I don't like to put the chicken before the egg, but we will definitely ensure that we will create some sort of stability back in the community of Lilliput, he promised. Police seek driver in fatal hit and run in Portmore. The police are appealing for assistance in locating the driver who was involved in a fatal hit and run in Brayton, Portmore in St. Catherine on Saturday, July 20. Reports from the Portmore police are that at about 11:50 p.m., 38-year-old Kimisha Mitchell of Cumberland, Portmore, was walking along the roadway when she was hit by a vehicle which did not stop. She died as a result of injuries she sustained. Anyone with information that can assist the police in their investigations is being asked to contact the Portmore Police at 876-949-8402, Police 119 emergency number, or the nearest police station. Extortionists force NWA to abort work on Mandela Highway. The National Works Agency says it had to abort work to improve the section of the Mandela Highway through Central Village due to the actions of criminals. The agency said the work crew carrying out the preparatory works for the patching of the road left the area after criminals sought to extort the contractor. Minister without a portfolio in the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation, Robert Morgan, says he has been in touch with the police high command and that the security forces will be mobilized to allow the works to continue and to be completed. Mr. Morgan noted that the government will not be prevented from making the Mandela Highway safer for road users. The work being done along the Mandela Highway forms a part of the government's push to improve roads impacted by Hurricane Beryl and the subsequent rains. The work is being done under the $3 billion REACH program. Mr. Morgan says that the government intends for Jamaicans to receive the full benefits under the program and that no act of criminality will prevent this from happening. Guys, thanks for watching. Please join us this afternoon at 2 p.m. for another news update.